Run Amok review. Molly Ringwald and Patrick Wilson navigate a high school shooting musical in this dark satire. Run Amok finds its protagonist in a freshman named Meg, Alyssa Marvin, a nerdy teacher's pet who spends most of her time practicing the harp. She's not exactly the kind of person her older cousin Penny, Sophia Torres, a senior lacrosse player, wants to be seen with. The distance between them stings even more, considering Meg has been living with Penny, her Aunt Val, Molly Ringwald, and her Uncle Dan, Yoel Vasquez, for the past decade after losing her mother in a school shooting. Now attending the same high school her mother taught and was murdered at, Meg decides she wants to participate in the ceremony it's holding to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the tragedy. She's rather competitive with her classmate Elton, Jim Kaplan, and when she hears he's making an elaborately symbolic sculpture, she attempts to one-up him by putting on a musical reenacting the events of that day. She ropes in a reluctant Penny by appealing to her ego and passion for singing, and soon, other classmates follow suit. But not everyone is so supportive of Meg's mission. Principal Linda, Margaret Cho, begs Meg to do something less controversial and more uplifting. And though Mr. Shelby, Patrick Wilson, the teacher who disarmed and killed the shooter, is initially encouraging, there are lines even he's not okay crossing. There's a sick irony at play that the film exploits. Why is everyone less uncomfortable with the prospect of this happening again than the thought of having an honest conversation to address it? Run Amok offers a searing indictment of the thoughts and prayers culture that values political correctness over real action, as well as the urge to try to solve violence with violence. At Meg's school, all the teachers carry guns with rubber bullets, and aren't she shy about using them, and a PTA, Parent-Teacher Arms Association, is created. These elements are highly dystopian, and yet also disturbingly real, considering arming teachers is an actual solution that's being proposed. It's rather bleak that the satire does seem much like satire at all. While the writing is effectively heightened, I found myself craving more stylization from the directing and cinematography, which are rather bland in comparison. Major had the opportunity to lean into the hellishly surreal nature of the topic with some interesting camera work and visual risks, but it comes off rather conventional and simplistic. It is, ironically, the only thing about this film that's playing it safe. Still, some moments evoke real emotions, both on the laughter and tears fronts. The utilization of music such as Killing Me Softly and Hit My Baby One More Time is hilariously pitch perfect in the most jaw-droppingly inappropriate way. And though Meg walking everyone through a reenactment of the shooting in the halls feels like it might be another opportunity for dark comedy, it gets real fast, immersing you in the stark terror and danger of the event without actually having to show it via exploitative flashbacks, combined with the flinches of everyone on screen. And in the audience, whenever there's a loud noise that sounds even remotely like a gunshot, this film holds a brutal mirror up to society, forcing us to confront the constant trauma we are allowing in this country. Catharsis is the name of the game, the stated theme of the film, and the relationship that best grapples with it is the one between Meg and Penny. The strongest parts are between the cousins, planting compelling, complex illusions to Meg attempting to fill the void her mother left with Penny. It's hard not to feel for both of them, a grieving, confused Meg and a young, somewhat parentified Penny. I only wish we had gotten more references to that peppered throughout the film, as the movie withholds letting us in and wrestling with it directly until near the end. Their Amazing Grace duet, however, is the scene that resonates hardest with me. The same can be said for the relationship between Meg and Nancy, Elizabeth Marvel, the shooter's mother, who has become a community outcast. There's a wealth of rich, complicated layers between them, but Major does hone in on any of them with precise clarity. Though interesting and entertaining in a twisted way, and even occasionally powerful when Meg finally confronts her directly, what we were supposed to take away from the sum of their interactions is ultimately a bit muddled. Run Amok certainly gets points for its boldness and originality, tackling a divisive but crucial issue plaguing the United States in a fresh way. The script can be uneven, with the relationships showing potential but proving underbaked, and the stylistic choices leaving something to be desired. That said, the satire's specificity makes most of the exercise work, and there are some scenes that deliver a real, emotional gut punch. NB Major might still be finding her voice as a writer and director, but it's clear she has a unique one that's worth investing in. Run Amok premiered at the 2026 Sundance Film Festival.